News Services Division of All India Radio presents Employment News.
Welcome to the program Employment News. I am Pragya Devra and with me is Renu Kataria.
Today we will be discussing about some vacancies in Nagaland University, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Multiple Disabilities, Divyangjan, Indian Council of Medical Research, Giri Institute of Development Studies, Lucknow, and National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. But before that, let's listen to an interview that was taken by Pragya.
Today, let's find out about the life of a writer, how to become one, and the challenges and the positives of this career. For this, we have with us Mr. Ashok Vajpayee, a noted cultural and arts administrator, and has published many works to his credit. Sir, for someone who is planning to pursue a career as a writer, so could you give us a glimpse as to what kind of a life does a writer have?
The life of a writer in India, most languages, is rather difficult. Most writers cannot survive on their writing. They have to pick up some other job, sustain their life. I, for instance, was already a poet of some mean repute way back in 1965. And was teaching in a college and had appeared for the civil service exam. And it was clear to me that either I had to teach or I have to get into the civil service, which I eventually got in, to sustain my writerly life. So it's a difficult choice, but it is a choice which you cannot avoid if you want to be a writer. Of course, you can live on writing if you decide to write pulp fiction. So the choice is quite difficult, but having made that choice and having also ensured that you have a means of livelihood other than writing, you can protect your writing from undue financial pressures and retain its integrity, its courage.
So if someone is interested and is determined to pursue writing, so how can they really go about it?
So a writer has to be, as T.S. Eliot put it, very intelligent. To become very intelligent, you must know what has happened before you and what's happening around you. If you're writing a poem, you should have read at least 100 poems. If you're writing a novel, you must have read at least 100 classics in fiction. Writing is also a way of reading, and that reading has to be vast. And you can borrow, steal from others, but ultimately you have to find your own idiom. And once you have found your own idiom, you have to find courage and conviction and conscience which should be voiced and embodied in your writing.
So once someone pens down something, then how should they go forward with it?
You send your works for publication into journals, and in our time when I was young and I had started writing poetry at the age of 15 or 16, I would send my poems along with a self-addressed stamped envelope with a request that if they don't like it, they could return it. And one of the things I sent to Hindi magazine, I write in Hindi as you know, I sent to Harishankar Prasai, who was editing a journal called Vasudha from Jabalpur. And after 3-4 days, the envelope in which I had sent came back, and it sounded to be very, very light. I was a little amazed and afraid. With great trepidation, I opened the envelope and found there was a little chit in it saying, "Shabash, kavitaएं अगले अंक में जा रही हैं." So this is sheer good luck that you have an editor who sort of sees your talent and sees the possibility. I was very lucky, but you may not be all that lucky, and therefore you have to persist. Writing is also a game of patience, in a sense. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with recognition, publication, and all that. There might be many disappointments, but no writer worth his name has ever been without series of disappointments.
So someone who wants to go forward would have to approach various publication houses and journals.
Yes, and after all, if you look at the list of young writers who have emerged in the last 15 years in India, you'll find that many publishers have discovered new talent and promoted them enthusiastically and got them accepted in the wider readership. So there is a bit of luck there, but talent itself is a bit of a luck.
It was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.
Now let's move to the next segment.
In this segment, we tell you about some of the recruitment vacancies that have been advertised and matters connected to it.
In continuation to the advertisement dated 29th July 2020, the last date of receipt of application by Nagaland University for the posts of Finance Officer, Internal Audit Officer, Hindi Officer, Senior Technical Assistant and Pharmacist is extended till 29th September 2020. Details of the advertisement, other terms and conditions remain the same, which may be seen in the university website www.nagalanduniversity.ac.in.
Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change invites applications from willing persons for one consultant, Environmental Accounts and Economics on contract basis. For details regarding eligibility, job requirement, terms and conditions and prescribed format for submitting applications, please visit the Ministry's website www.moef.gov.in. Willing persons who meet the criteria may submit their applications latest by 18th October 2020.
National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Multiple Disabilities, Divyangjan, invites applications from eligible Indian nationals for a temporary contractual post of Hindi typist consultant. Those interested may pursue the advertisement 23/2020 hosted in the Institute's website www.niepmd.tn.nic.in. Applications may be sent within 21 days of publication of this notification in Employment News.
Indian Council of Medical Research, an autonomous organization under Department of Health Research, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, invites applications for one post of Director, ICMR, Rajendra Memorial Research Institute for Medical Sciences, Patna. Applications are invited up to 23rd October 2020 till 5:30 p.m. For detailed advertisement, please visit the website www.icmr.nic.in or recruit.icmr.org.in.
Giri Institute of Development Studies, Lucknow invites application from Indian citizen for the post of director who is the chief executive of the institute. Interested eligible candidates may send their detailed curriculum vitae and copies of supporting documents through proper channel to the concerned authority within 4 weeks from the date of publication of advertisement. For details, please visit the website gids.org.in.
National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram, invites online applications from enthusiastic young Indian researchers for the following posts: 8 posts of scientist, 1 post of senior scientist, 1 post of principal scientist. For detailed advertisement and online application, please visit the website www.niist.res.in. Closing date of online application is 27th October 2020 at 5:30 p.m. The last date for receipt of hard copy of online application is 4th November 2020 up to 5:30 p.m. Information about these vacancies has been published in the Employment News. There are more vacancies in the journal. If you wish to read about these employment opportunities in greater detail and more, you may refer to the job journal titled Employment News for information in English, Rozgar Samachar for information in Hindi and Rozgar Samachar for information in Urdu. It is published by the Publications Division, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and made available on every Saturday.
With this, we come to the end of this program. We will meet again tomorrow at 4:20 p.m.
You were listening to Employment News. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on a mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.com. You may email opinion about this program at airnhttalks@gmail.com with Employment News as subject.